San Diego, taking on the Austin Armadillos.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Certainly. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll have the speedy Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Play action, it's Taylor. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still 2nd down.
Now Taylor. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The numbers from last week's game for Ebron. 8 catches, 93 yards, and a score.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On the handoff, it's Gore. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Taylor. Screen pass to Connor. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game?
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Frank Gore. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Armadillos march right down the field on the opening drive to take a 1st quarter lead. On third down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a Frank Gore touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Smith. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep is Richard Sherman. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground with a tight end. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, it's Taylor. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Oh, good move. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Gore, handoff left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the 1st. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their 1st quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-0.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Patterson on the carry. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 50, it's Smith. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Patterson. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. On 3rd down, it's Patterson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play is supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
Here's Chris Jones now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Frank Gore and company trotting back out there as they get set to go again on offense. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Now, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him.
And that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll try the left side. Patterson, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Here we go. Here we go. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
But good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
Throwing is Smith. Here's Sanu on the catch. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Chris Jones now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 36.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over. And our focus now shifts to Frank Gore. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They run with Patterson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
13 yards remaining on second down.
Back to throw, Smith. Dumps it off to Edwards. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Smith. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. On second down now. It's Patterson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Now Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Parkey's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Taylor.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder,
because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. But I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. Their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true, because a lot of the time you ride the wave of emotion with a crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely. Give these guys something to cheer about.
Throwing again on second down. Smith. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Smith on third down. Caught by Jones. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. Sanu with a grab over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup there. Smith trying to get him to the line quickly with the clock rolling. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Again, Smith looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Parkey is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night, as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Once again, hope everyone out there has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Settling down now to watch.
Offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Here's Chris Jones now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On first down, it's Gore. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Taylor to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Taylor. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Taylor. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an
nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Malik McDowell in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here is the home side to take over on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Gino down to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Edwards. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Edwards. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Jones has it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. 3rd and 2, Smith. And he fires one, but incomplete. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They snap it to Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle made by L.J. Ford.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The home side once again ready to take over offensively.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 2nd and 9. From the end zone, Smith. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Out from the shadows of their goal line. Here's 1st and 10 from the 11. Now Geno. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. The ball comes out, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
So, partner, that play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back. But in this case,
that's not his role.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, that play would have been spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught. And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Taylor. They go with a screen to Gore. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. And it's caught. Touchdown. James Conner, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Armadillos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now Geno on 1st down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now. After the interception, here's Taylor. And this will be swung out here for Conner.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. First carry for James Conner. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Taylor will throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Armadillos look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Just a 4-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Joseph Osai. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing again is Smith. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 1st and 10, Smith.
He'll go underneath, dropping it off to Edwards.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now a handoff, Edwards. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Second and 6.
Smith now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now Smith. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Austin's offense ready to go again. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. I think that's Mack who's still down. Yeah, it is. Mack apparently shaken up there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
2nd and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Taylor. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no 1st down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And on now is the punter. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
The home side once again ready to take over offensively. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 2nd and inches. Smith over the middle, complete. It's Edwards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith.
A swing pass here to Edwards.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. To the air again, Smith. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Smith on 1st down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And right side, Henry's got it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On 1st down, Smith.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Austin, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.